10 recent discoveries in science. 10. Martian gardens. Since the book The Martian has become a hit movie in 2015, scientists have been trying to determine if it would be at all possible to grow food and other plants on the red planet. To do this, scientists have assembled growing pods where the inside of the pod is meant to simulate the Martian atmosphere and the Martian soil. Just like in the movie, they attempted to grow potatoes, along with a few other food crops. They would likely be a staple when the first ship of humans lands on Mars. After careful analysis and simulation of what it would be like to grow food on Mars, scientists have created a phenomenal replication of the Martian landscape. Not only that, though, they also succeeded in growing food in the red soil on Mars, proving that it is possible to grow food on Mars. This means a few significant things for humanity, but the most important thing is when we send people to Mars, they will be able to feed themselves. 9. Asteroid hunting. There is a large asteroid that is going to be coming very close to Earth. However, unlike some theorists believe, it will not be hitting our planet. It will likely enter the orbit of our planet, and it may hit the surface in about 200 years, but do not expect it anytime soon. Even when it does hit, it is only half a mile long and will likely cause minimal damage. It will not herald the end of humanity, as some would like to suggest. NASA is actually very excited about this asteroid named Bennu, and they are sending up a spacecraft called OSIRIS-REx to take samples from the asteroid as it comes into the proximity of Earth. This could give very detailed and exciting information about asteroids, their nature, and their chemical makeup. 8. The universe expands faster than thought. After years of careful analysis and study, scientists have finally been able to grasp the concept of the growth of the universe. This discovery was the culmination of hundreds of years of astronomical data being collected. However, just this year, in 2016, scientists have determined that the universe is expanding much faster than we thought. The picture you see illustrates the nature of the universal expansion and how it has occurred over the epochs of time. The rate of expansion is roughly 5 to 9% faster than was previously thought. This means a lot to the world of science, primarily because we have a very heavily believed theory, which is that of the Great Crunch, which is essentially the opposite of the Big Bang Theory. Many scientists believe that when our universe expands to an unspecified point, it will crunch back into nothingness, just as it came from nothingness. The accelerated expansion could mean that the crunch is coming quicker. Regardless, do not worry about getting wiped out from existence just yet. Even with the increase in speed, the Great Crunch will likely not occur for another few billion years. 7. Radiating away the fossils. If there was ever life on Mars or on Jupiter's ocean moon, Europa, the fossils left behind by this life are likely gone. Various studies have taken place where scientists have observed the amount of galactic radiation that comes from various sources in space and how much of that radiation is hitting the surfaces of Mars and Europa. The answer, they discovered, is that a lot of radiation is hitting the surfaces of these bodies, and that means that any fossils left behind would have been degraded completely over time by this galactic radiation. This makes the hunt for life in our solar system harder, but not impossible. 6. Arctic ice is at a record low. This is no big surprise, but it is now, according to scientists, becoming the new normality of the situation. Ice caps are melting. This is old news, but it is very pertinent. Scientists are saying that the reduced ice caps are the new normal, and the chances of them refreezing is very unlikely. Too much ice has slipped away into the ocean and melted. It is a sad fact, but it is the truth. The natural ice in our world is melting because of us, and we have gone so far with it that it may be impossible to stop. In the picture shown above, ice concentration in the northern hemisphere is shown. There was a time when that ice would have been spread further and more vastly, yet now it is shrinking, and it is almost confined to the North Pole. If we do not get CO2 emissions under control soon, it will destroy a huge part of our planet. 5. The Earth is getting greener. Despite the negative effects of climate change on our planet, the Earth is getting greener. The ozone has holes in it, and the ice caps are melting, and this is all due to CO2 emissions from the human race. However, the CO2 we release in the air has had another interesting effect besides the destruction of the planet. It has increased the growth in plant life. The extra CO2 in the air has jump-started photosynthesis in plants around the world, and now plants are growing faster and greener than any time in the last 500,000 years. This is a fascinating change, but it does not expunge the incredible damages that we have done to our planet due to our negligence. 4. Soft robots. Scientists and engineers have developed the first robots with absolutely no hard parts in them. They are completely soft and can be used for various things, including precision work and various physical professions. They will be able to help scientists with a delicate touch, rather than a hard and metallic one. The benefits of these little machines are of yet unknown except for speculation. This is due to the fact that they are a very new piece of technology that is still in the development phase. Working models exist, but they are just the first steps towards what may become a soft robot revolution. 3. Water found on Mars. Water has been found on Mars. Yes, really. This time, scientists are certain of it, and they have definitely said that they have found it. What you see in the picture is evidence of water erosion on a Martian rock. This alone does not prove water's existence on Mars, though. What does prove it is the seasonal lines of discoloration that we have observed on the surface of Mars in various locations. With the help of the Mars rover, it has been proven that these lines are in fact running water just below the surface of Mars. The water present on Mars is not clean and pure in any way. It is heavily salinated and briny. This means it is very salty. Nevertheless, this could go a long way to proving the existence of life on Mars. 2. Biohybrids. Biohybrids are a new development in the scientific world in which we have fused biological matter with machines. In the image, you see a biohybrid sea slug. The goal of the biohybrid project is to make machines less like machines and more like animals in behavior and appearance. They are designing these primarily for safety. When a machine hits a person, it can harm them. And when a machine, such as a Roomba, bumps into a potentially expensive object in your home, it can damage it. If robots are made into biohybrids, these various damages and injuries could be avoided, and we could have safer and more efficient machines. Number 1. Water plumes on Europa. Europa is one of Jupiter's moons, but it is not an ordinary moon that is just a dry wasteland or a rock floating through space. No, Europa has the extremely likely chance of having an ocean buried under its surface, and scientists are almost positive of this. The reason that there is little doubt in this matter is due to the water plumes of which scientists have recently seen signs of on the surface of Europa. A clear picture has yet to be taken of the plumes. We are fairly certain that they are there and that this could be a huge game changer for science. What you see in the picture is a depiction of what we believe the plumes look like. If there is water on Europa, and even more so if there is an ocean, it will have huge implications for scientists in our world attempting to find life. Water is, as far as we know, a required ingredient for life. From this, we assume that anywhere in our solar system where we can find water, we can also find life, or at least traces of life. This being said, Europa likely has an ocean under its surface, unlike Mars, which only has seasonal leakage. An ocean is a lot of water, and where there's that much water, there's a very high probability of finding life, even if it would be microbial.